Losing weight was the easy part. Keeping it off is where most people faceplant. Today, I'm handing you the exact system my patients use to make it stick. Because trust me, I've yo-yoed once, twice, but 3 times. So I know how hard it is. I'll show you the whole system and the one-page checklist at the end, also known as my Permanence Formula. So make sure to stay. I'm Dr. Yaz, quadruple board certified endocrinologist, obesity medicine specialist, and internal medicine specialist, and NBME certified health coach. And if you've ever regained before, it's not because you failed. Biology will actually push you back after weight loss. It's known. Your metabolism will start to dip and hunger hormones will start to go up the minute you lose about 5 to 10% of your body weight. No guilt, no magic foods, a system you can just run on any school night. Now, habit 1, protein first plates. I want you targeting 30 to 40 grams of protein at each meal. Eat it in this order: veggies, protein, fat, and then starch last. Breakfast, Greek yogurt and eggs. Lunch, chicken and salad, and then the rice. Why does this work? Protein calms appetite and helps you hang on to muscle. And starting your meals with protein and fiber slows glucose rises, which will bring down cravings later because when the glucose rises and it drops, it makes you crave immediately. We've got solid data that carbs last lowers post-meal glucose and insulin in people with type 2 diabetes, and it definitely helps energy levels. Let me give you a clinic example. My Tuesday patient, 52, kept the same Chipotle order, but ate it in 2 waves. Chicken and veg first, rice last. Night snacking dropped by half with just this simple trick. No perfect eating, just the order and protein really helped with her satiety. Protein's your meal's bouncer, kind of. If your bouncer checks IDs first, the troublemakers, cravings from easy sugar and fast carbs, don't rush the door. This isn't just about genes. Regain means your sugar might be creeping up, cholesterol, blood pressure pills, all coming back on, and sleep falling apart. It's losing energy with your kids, or how your knees feel on the stairs, or how your back pain is, and years of your life that you may be losing. So we're locking this in. Protein helps you feel full, but what guards your actual metabolism after weight loss? Well, I'll tell you that in the next part. See, muscle is your body's savings account. The bigger the account, the more interest you earn every day. So meaning you're gonna burn more calories naturally. That's simple. 2 to 4 strength sessions a week. 10 moves, 20 minutes, hit your legs and back every time. Think squats, hinges, rows, presses, work the big muscle groups. Why it works. During weight loss, your resting energy burn often dips. And then strength training helps you keep fat-free mass and resting energy expenditure, which is huge for maintenance. Protein plus training is even better for lean mass and strength. Let me give you a great example. My 38-year-old teacher, who's a patient, did 2 20-minute dumbbell circuits a week at home. That's it. Same calories, more muscle, fewer stalls, and she didn't regain the weight. It doesn't take that much, but it's huge. You could be strong and still miss the quiet regain. It will sneak up on you before your genes even yell at you. So here's the tripwire. I want you to consider, after you've lost the weight, checking in and not obsessing. What can that look like? It can be something like checking your weight once a week, or measurements once a week, or even weighing 3 times a week, the same time, same scale. Figure out what works for you. Tape your waist once a week. Red flag rule though. If you're up 3 pounds or 1 inch, I want you to run a week 1 reset for 7 days, meaning you're tracking protein first plates, steps after meals, strength training at least twice a week. No shame, just resetting and tracking. That way it doesn't become 10 pounds, 20 pounds. See, people who keep weight off tend to monitor their food, maybe weigh in, or have consistent routines. And we see this pattern again and again in weight control registries. Also, in my clinic, whenever someone comes and tells me they've regained the weight, maybe after bariatric surgery or after injections, often I'll ask them, what changed? Nothing. Oh, okay. Did you track the food? Did you track your movement? Did you track your sleep? And the answer is always the same. No, I didn't track anything. So how do you know nothing changed? And that's the ticket. See, if you do these check-ins with maybe the scale or a tape measure, right? And you realize something's a little off, and then you track, you will never regain the weight. And I promise you, I've never had someone come to my office and say, I regained the weight, who was tracking. I know, mind blown. I'll say it again. I've never had someone regain the weight who brought me in a food and movement and sleep log. I'm telling you, hasn't happened. And it's because they're checking in with themselves. This is your smoke alarm, not a courtroom. If it beeps, you step outside, you don't write a memoir about the beep, you just get right back on track. Those 3 are your front line, but permanent needs a calmer brain and steadier hormones. So next, we shore up sleep and stress so cravings stop calling the shots. If you've lost weight and struggle to keep it off, drop a me in the comments and tell me which month was the hardest. January? Summer? The holidays? You can white knuckle your way through a month, but permanent needs recovery. Think of these next 2 as your craving insurance. Habit 4, your sleep 4. Sleep is your charging dock. No battery, no willpower. Your phone gets this, so should your brain. Non-negotiable, 7 to 9 hours a night. Set a phone alarm for screens down an hour before bed. Keep keep your room cool and boring. Short sleep messes with leptin and ghrelin, your hunger hormones. You're hungrier and more snack prone the next day if you don't fix your sleep. Fixing sleep is like turning down the volume on cravings. And a classic example where we see this all the time is our postpartum patients. They're hanging at maybe 5 to 6 hours if they're lucky. So I have a patient, we simply just pulled the screen at 9 p.m., moved bedtime a little earlier, and her late night pantry reads dropped without changing her calories or ditching her kid. Sleep steadies appetite. But now let's talk about taming stress and blood sugar with a tiny habit that takes, no joke, 10 minutes. I want you to think of sugar like a highway. A little walking opens another lane so the cars don't pile up and everything starts to move. I want you to adopt stress outlets like post-meal walks. Adopt the walk it off rule, 10 minutes after each meal. If you can't walk, stand and do light chores. Maybe add 2 minutes of slow breathing when you hit a red light, or your email makes you want to scream, which is me very often. Short, easy movement after meals lower the glucose peak. A brisk 30-minute walk works. Even brief post-meal movement helps. Lowering spikes equals fewer cravings later. I actually have a pair of friends, they're girlfriends, and they always come in together. I always swear they were sisters. But anyways, they've been one of my original patients since fellowship. And they started doing the stuff, they found my YouTube, and they're like, oh my gosh, I actually started doing the things you said, like walking after meals. And they saw with the exact same meal, they had lower nighttime munchies, the scales moving down, and so did their A1C. It's not just hogwash. This is real stuff. Now, you've got protein, muscle, checks, sleeping, and walking. One more piece that actually makes this sustainable on actual Tuesday, kids and chaos. One fix for night cravings, a 10-minute walk right after dinner. Create a default breakfast and lunch. You can hit 80% of the weekdays. Putting protein foods at eye level. Making junk annoying to access, like a bin with a lid on the top shelf of the counter, not the bottom counter. Keep a social script ready for Aunt Betty. I'll start with the chicken and salad. I'll try your pie later. Or just say no. Hey, Aunt Betty, no. Hey, Aunt Betty, go. You know what I mean? I mean, no, don't do that. Don't be like me. That's a little excessive. But you really have the ability just to say no. So why does this work? Well, maintainers tend to run consistent routines, predictability with meals, fewer decisions, less chaotic snacking. And there's a big theme in weight maintenance registries. I'll use myself as an example. Every freaking Monday, we have rotisserie chicken, pre-bagged lettuce, and microwave rice for my kids. I have my protein first, rice last if I want a couple bites. And I do that honestly every freaking Monday. Make the right things easy. Put your toothbrush by the sink, not in the attic. Do the same thing with your good foods. Before I reveal the Permanence Formula, let's talk meds because a lot of you are on GLPs or thinking about it. If you're on a GLP-1 or a GLP agonist or tapering, hear me out. First, talk to your physician and make sure you're weaning and not just automatically stopping it. Many people regain when they stop because the appetite comes back fast. So it's not moral failure, it's just biology doing biology. So I want you to build guardrails and work with your clinician to wean before your dose changes and keep your protein maybe even higher than you were before. I'll often add 10 extra grams of protein per meal and increase strength sessions and get extra steps during the taper week. 1, to keep people busy, 2, to increase their metabolism, and 3, to keep satiety at a minimum. And plan your maintenance calories on paper with your clinician. See, studies show following people after semaglutide withdrawal or tirzepatide show meaningful regain if you drop the behavior scaffolding. So I don't want that for you. Finally, here's the fridge-worthy, can't forget version I call the Permanence Formula. P squared, protein and plate order. Target 30 to 40 grams of protein per meal. Eat protein and veg first, carbs last. Same food, smaller spike, fewer cravings. M, muscle defense. 2 to 4 short strength sessions a week to defend your resting metabolic burn and lean mass. C, checks. Weight 3 times a week, once a week, whatever makes you comfortable, and your waist weekly. And if you hit plus 3 pounds or plus 1 inch, run the 7-day week 1 reset. Patterns from long-term maintainers back this up. S squared, sleep and stress, 7 to 9 hours minimum, 10-minute after walk meals, breath work when life is loud. Lower spikes, quieter appetite. E, environmental defaults, default breakfast and lunch, protein at eye level, junk in a bin, not on the counter. R, recycle week 1 for 7 days and move on. Plus G, if you're on a GLP-1 or considering it, consider GLP-1 Guardrails if you're on them or tapering them. Keep that protein high or even maybe add some more protein. Increase your workouts, steps up, and have a pre-planned maintenance with your doctor. When life gets messy, you've got the Permanence Formula. If you want me and my team in your corner coaching with CGM-friendly meal maps, workouts that fit real life, join my Diabetes Reversal Method program. That's the ultimate way to keep this unlocked. Link below. I'll see you inside.